Believe Nation, happy Wednesday. We are live. It's happening again. So Wednesday is my project day. It's been, I can't believe it's 2 o'clock already. It's been a crazy day. I didn't sleep well last night. We had some crazy thunderstorms here that kept me awake. So I'm a little light on sleep compared to usual. And then I just dove in, excuses. There are no excuses. It's not enough. We got to go. We got to build. We got to make things happen. Your goals don't count until they're hard, right? Your goals do not count until they get hard. Where do you give yourself a break? And just learn to move that break line forward a little bit each time. That's how you start to raise your standards. This is what it looks like. So today's my project day. So Wednesday's project day. I like having one day. I like in the middle of the week to work on whatever I want to work on. Work on creative tasks. Work on the next thing that I want to build. Tuesdays are crazy doing YouTube videos all day. Thursdays, tomorrow, crazy doing interviews and podcasts and that all day. And Wednesday's my day in between to just have some freedom. I think a lot of entrepreneurs struggle because you're overscheduled. Because you're constantly jumping from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and never allowing time to actually be creative and work on the next big project that will transform your business and your life, right? Anyway, so we're here, going to do some Q&A, going to answer some questions, going to have some fun together. Welcome, everybody. Mother's Triumph in the house, says long time no see. Yeah, I spent a lot of August with family, which was tons of fun, and I missed you guys, and so we're back. It's happening. Welcome. Okay, so let's see what we got. You got questions, pop it below. Oh, I should have put that in here. Put your questions, hold on. Put your questions below. Put your questions below. Use the little question box. Yep, you are ride jumping all over the place. I don't know what that means. What does ride jumping mean? I don't know what that means. Jane, but thank you for the love. Appreciate you. Maureen from London in the house. Pleased to meet you. Welcome aboard. I like it. Okay, questions coming in. Here we go. Mad Joe M says, how do you find what you love? So I'm a big believer that your purpose comes from your pain, that whatever you struggle the most with is what you want to help other people through. We all, entrepreneurship is about bringing value to other people. We're solving problems. And ideally, you solve something for yourself, and then you see other people who are struggling with that same thing, and you know that you can help them, and you help lift them out of that situation so they don't have to take as long as it took you to solve the problem. Some people may never solve the problem without you. It took you a long time to solve the problem for yourself. And so you can shortcut other people's path. And that's going to be something that you'll love for the rest of your life. I struggled as an entrepreneur in my first business so much, and struggled with self-worth, and struggled with belief, and struggled with, do I keep doing this or not? I quit, on my business partner one day. And I just want to make the path a little bit easier for other entrepreneurs. That's why I do what I do. And it's been, people ask you, how do you keep going? I'm 41 now. I started my first business when I was 19, real business, sold it with 21. So it's basically been 20 years of me doing this. And I feel like I'm just getting started. People ask me, how do you make 10,000 videos? We've done over 10,000 videos. Been YouTube for 12 years. Still making content every single day. Not burning out. Why? Because I love the thing. You don't burn out from the thing that you love doing. If I was doing something I hate, I'd burn out in a day. Nina, my wife, is doing accounting right now, or doing our year end. Oh my gosh, looking at that, I'd burn out 45 minutes of doing that stuff. But come here, talking to you, helping entrepreneurs, making content, it's for life. Because I love actually doing it. So your purpose comes from your pain. Whatever you've learned, whatever you struggled through, there's millions of people right now who are struggling with that same thing, and they need your courage, they need your wisdom, they need your advice, they need you to step up and start sharing. Thank you for the question. Way to kick us off. Okay, what do we got? Next, H. Uakedi. What do you think about network marketing? Network marketing is a business model. It's what do I think about YouTube? It's a business model. I think a lot of people see network marketing as a negative because they, are constantly just trying to sell their friends and family and stuff that they don't actually need, because those are the only people that you know. And then 2, you're selling things that you don't actually believe in, right? A lot of people jump into network marketing for the wrong reasons, just like a lot of people jump into businesses for the wrong reasons. Most people jump into a business opportunity, whether it's their own company or network marketing, because they're just trying to make money. And if that's your only goal, you're going to lose. The people who make the most money don't have making money as their number 1 priority. It's in your top 5. It just can't be your number 1 priority. When you start in your own business, usually there's at least a little bit of energy, love, care. There's a reason why you're doing it. If you're watching this, hopefully there's a lot of reason why you're doing your own business. When most people jump into network marketing, though, they're only looking at it as a financial opportunity, and then you lose because you don't actually care about the product, because you've never used it yourself, because you have no story to tell around it. And when somebody says, why should I use it? You don't have any information or details beyond what's on the pamphlet, because you haven't actually used it. Or at least usually with your own business, there's a reason behind why you're doing what you're doing. So unless you would recommend the products to your mom, think about the company you're about to join in network marketing. Would you recommend those products to your mom? If yes, cool. That could be a good company. If no, then don't. Because you're never going to win selling stuff that you don't love. So that's the only caveat I would look at. And it applies to every business. You have to have a deep love for the thing that you're doing and a story to tell. Because why is somebody going to buy from you versus somebody else? For all entrepreneurs out there, why would somebody buy from you instead of somebody else? If you're competing against big companies, why would I buy from you instead of some big company that can charge less, that has the brand name, that has history and reputation and years of experience? Why would I buy from you when I could buy from them? Because of your story, because I feel like you care, because I feel like you're not going to treat me like a number, because I feel your energy, your passion in creating this thing that it actually matters to you, unlike some big company. But if it doesn't matter to you and you have no connection to it, then it's a lose-lose. Nobody knows who you are and you have no story to tell. You've lost before we even started. So there's nothing wrong with network marketing, just like there's nothing wrong with any business model. It can all work, but you have to have that connection, that passion, that story, or you lose. Make sense? Mother's Triumph says exactly. All right. Well, we won one person over at that. I appreciate you. Okay, what do we got? Next. Dhruv. Hope I pronounced it okay. How to find motivation of another human being to create products and sell on a scale. How to find motivation of another human being to create a product and sell on a scale. I don't know what that means. If you want to be a little more specific or try to ask it with different words, let me know. Put it down below. We'll try to get back to it. Perella Alonso. How can I get out of the comfort zone and excel out of a small company? Anytime you come up with an idea that makes you scared, take some kind of action on it. I was just talking to one of the guys on my marketing team because we're working on some big project, and he's got big ambitions. And there's some event coming up, and he was thinking, I want to speak on that stage. Like, why do you want to speak on that stage? And we go look at the people there. It's like, dude, how long have you been going to this event? He said 4 or 5 years. Every year it's gotten less and less valuable for you. Like, yeah, because you know a lot more than you used to. Yeah, it's like, speaking on that stage is nothing compared to what you should be doing, right? It's like, it's a small, tiny step. I don't want to knock the things off your bucket list, but there's a lot more that you can do, but it requires you to think on a different level. Most of the things that we're so focused on doing are just incremental changes. There's a great video that Elon Musk did when he was doing an interview, and he said for a new product to win, it has to be so much better than what everybody else is doing. It's got to be so much different. If it's just an incremental improvement, it's not going to have an impact. People just won't care enough. So take that same philosophy and apply it to your life, apply it to your thinking, apply it to your business. Most of what we're caught up in thinking is incremental improvements on what we're currently doing. If that's how you're processing, you're going to get incremental, you're going to get a little bit better every year. But if you want to break free and not just be a small business anymore, you have to think, how do I change the game for what I'm doing in my industry? How do I do it so differently, so connected to your passion, your heart, what you love doing, service, value, all of it? How can you do it so differently compared to what everybody else is doing so that you become the default company that people go to? Then you get asked to speak on stages and you get paid. These groups that you want to join and pay a fee to be a part of, they'll ask you to be a speaker there because of what you've created. So it's having the courage to step outside what you're currently doing. It doesn't mean just get rid of what you're doing right now. You know, you got to pay the bills. You're building your business. Great. But you have to, that's why having a day like today for me, a Wednesday, of thinking not just in projects that I have to do, but bigger thinking, having some time, having some freedom, giving yourself a little bit of distance from what you're currently doing to create the next thing. Like, how do you change the game in your industry so that people flock to you and say, I want to work with you? And it doesn't come from incremental thinking, and it doesn't come from staying small. And when you get that idea, when you get that next big idea, the key is to take some action on it. Instead of staying scared, instead of staying small, instead of saying, one day I'll do it, instead of telling yourself that you can't do it, that you don't have the skills, the time, the money, the energy, the smarts, that you're not good enough, that you don't belong, instead of listening to that crappy voice, doing something, immediate action, something. Because your next great adventure is on the other side of doing the things that you're scared to do. That was a nice little rant. Thank you for the thank you for the opportunity. It gets me animated because, man, you guys have so much ability, so much talent. Every day I see entrepreneurs with so much talent, so much ability, and you're just not having the courage to then think bigger and think how you could change the game. And then when you do, taking the consistent action to actually make it happen. There's nothing worse than knowing that you're capable of more, having great ideas, feeling at moments that you could actually do it, but then never taking the consistent action to actually follow through on it, and seeing people win off of your ideas with less heart, less passion, less drive, less of a desire to do good, to serve, to help than you do. They're getting rich in the process off of your idea because they started, because they're taking action, and you're still sitting, debating, thinking, tinkering, planning, researching instead of taking action. All right, what do we got next? Getting animated here today on a Wednesday afternoon. Okay, Mother's Triumph. TEDx event right behind the corner. TEDx event right behind the corner. Any last minute advice for me as a team manager? Wow, I don't even know how those two things connect. So you had a TEDx event behind the corner, so it just happened, and you have last minute advice for you as a team manager? Okay, if you want to put some clarifications, let me know. But team manager, the biggest thing for managing a team is you have to care more about them as a human than you care about them winning with you. I want my team to win. I want the people on my team to win more than I want them to win with me. So the guy I just got off a call with is my marketing guy. I want him to raise his game. I want him to be the guy who's speaking at the events, who's being called, he doesn't have to pitch people to go speak, that they're calling him, that they're asking him to join their groups. The rant that I just went on with you, maybe that's why it's so fresh, because I just went on it with him. And took time away from the project we're supposed to be working on, which is my project, to focus on him and where he's going, because I want him to think bigger. And I would love for my thing to be the thing that propels him forward to the next step, that he gets a recognition. The thing we're building, I would love for him to, you're the guy who built it. Like, go, you be the guy. I don't need to be the guy who built it. But if it's not the thing with me, I still want him to go off and win. Like, I want him to win as a human, even if it means that he leaves me and goes and does his own thing. And the number of times, he said on the call, I appreciate you so much. I love you so much. Thank you for challenging me. You've got my head spinning. On a call where he was supposed to be helping me with my marketing, right? That's leadership, at least in my view. That's leadership. I want the people to feel like I care about them because I do. And that's how I think you get not just their brains, but you get their heart and soul. Because I would much rather lead out of love than fear. I guess you just have to pick. What camp are you in? Are you in the camp that everybody's afraid of you? Everybody, they're worried about getting fired. They're worried about you catching the details, and you run through fear, or you run through love, and they're working with you because it's not just for you, it's with you. Because they feel like you love them, and they're going to give you that love back. And I just want to be on the side of love than on the side of fear. And I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's the camp that I chose. And I think the more you can treat your team as humans and love them and care about their own goals and their aspirations and help them try to get it, like the worst thing you can do if you're on my team, the worst thing, the best thing is tell me your goal. Because you tell me what your goal is, I'm thinking at night, how can I help this person accomplish their goal, even if it means they leave me in a week, in a month, in a year, in 10 years, because I want you to win. And it comes back. You know, the number of people who, one, I think they stay longer because they love you and they see their mission as your mission. But two, if somebody has left, it's always led to great things. They keep thinking about me. They keep sending me resources. They keep giving me connections. They keep trying to help. You know, I think it's a smart strategy, but it's not even meant to be a strategy. It's just meant to be something that makes you feel good. And if they feel good and you lead through love, guess what? You're going to get a lot of love back. I think you just have to pick what side you're on. Treat them as humans and love them, and you'll get a lot back. Okay, what do we got? Terry Wade Thompson in the house. Welcome, Terry. Terry is the genius right now behind my Clubhouse strategy. So if you're on Clubhouse and you're listening to the content, Terry's the one putting it all together. It's inside the Unbreakable Stories Club, where every day we're streaming inspirational content, because he started, him and Bonnie have this amazing group trying to tell stories of people being unbreakable. You know, so I appreciate Terry and all his hard work and giving me updates, and he's the magic behind the scenes. So you know, if you follow us on Clubhouse, make sure you give Terry some love as well. Anyway, what's his question? Terry's question. No questions. Okay, no questions. Just sending love to you and Nina. Happy Wednesday, Nina. Terry's giving love. Nina says thank you. All right. Okay, what do we got next? Thank you, Terry. Appreciate you, man. That was good. Okay. Tell us about Brandlytics. Ooh, Brandlytics. So Brandlytics is my YouTube training that I do. You want to get one of these. You want to start making progress towards it. We meet twice a month. Our next meeting is it's tomorrow. Our next meeting is tomorrow, where once a month we do a channel breakdown. So tomorrow I'm looking at somebody's channel. She's got 3,500 subscribers or so. And I'm going to give her the plan. Like, here's what I would do to get to 10,000 to then get to 100,000. Here's what I would, if I was in charge of your channel, here's what I would do. And we spend half the session looking at that one channel. It's a live coaching session. And then the second half answering questions from everybody watching. So you kind of get to see behind the scenes, the live coaching session and ask questions. And then the second session in the month is topic driven. So we'll do a poll. What do you want everyone to talk about? And then I talk for, same thing, about 45 minutes on that topic. And then we do open Q&A, feedback. What are you struggling with? The goal is to help you build your YouTube channel. You know, you've got great ideas, a great mission, great vision inside you, a fantastic heart. You want to serve. Those are the people that we tend to attract. It's like you got a big purpose. You want to get it out to the world. And I want to help make that easier for you. So yeah, twice a month training, the second and fourth Thursday of the month, or the first and third Thursday of the month. And then the other two Thursdays are movement makers. So hope that helped. What else? You okay, Nina? Yeah. Good. Man, lots of questions. Okay, what do we got? Parachute pants or bedazzled jeans? Wow, Eric. I don't really even know. Parachute pants are the really wide ones, right? I don't really know what parachute pants are. I'm guessing. I think it's the one that like really wide. Or bedazzled jeans. I haven't worn jeans in a while. Let's go parachute pants. I don't have a strong answer on either of those, but let's go parachute pants. Oh, can you now like questions? So when somebody leaves a question on a story, you can now like it. That's interesting. I didn't know that before. Oh no, you can like it. Is this? No, it's a question from stories. You guys can like each other's questions here. I don't know how that's works. This is something new. I haven't. Okay, well, let's see. So I see there's a comment here from Jane that says, how can you focus on only one thing? It's hard for me. And it says it has one like. So can you guys see each other's questions while I'm talking? That's pretty epic. Okay, so here's Jane. How can I focus on one thing only? It's hard for me. So I want to talk about two things with this for focus. One, make sure you actually love the thing. You know, it's a lot easier to focus on things that you love as opposed to things that you don't. It sounds very basic, but it's true. Like, think about the things that you are not focused on. You probably don't like those things, right? And the beauty of being an entrepreneur is you get to start to design the life that you want. So I don't have to remind myself to be focused here helping you, because I love this, because this is great, because this could be a whole day live stream and I would forget to eat and go to the bathroom and everything else because I love it so much. Again, you have me doing Nina's job where she's doing the year-end stuff. Oh my God, I'd be distracted all the time. You know, whatever you are getting distracted around, chances are that's not the thing you should be doing long-term. You know, so I would never win as an accountant. I could grind it out. I could have a decent career, but I'm never going to be world-class because I just don't love it enough. And so your job isn't to think about how do I focus more on this. Your job is to think, how do I get this off my plate, because you don't love it. And what are you being distracted by? Chances are that's something that you should dive into. Follow that curiosity, scratch that itch. My second quick comment on that is oftentimes it's combining things. So how you're going to win is often taking 2 or 3 or 4 different things that don't seem connected and finding a way to connect them together. That makes you unique. That also helps you feel like you're not missing out. It's really about thinking about and instead of or. A lot of people approach it wrong. They think, do I do this or do this? Well, a lot of times the best answer is to do both and. But not 2 separate things, both at the same time. Combine them into one business. So I love League of Legends and now Minecraft. So I have a Minecraft stream where I answer business questions. You can join us tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern. Also in the gaming world, I think of there's a guy named Healthy Gamer, GG, and he's a psychologist who had a lot of stress in gaming, and now he coaches people who are gamers about their anxiety and gives them his opinion and help and guidance live on Twitch. Like, he took 2 different fields, psychiatry, gaming, feels totally different. He said, what if I become the psychiatrist for gamers and stream it? Instant business, blows up. Right? So instead of picking 2 different things and seeing them separate, how do you smush them into one? Nina Carmichael in the house giving a bunch of hearts. What are we hearting, Nina? Did I miss something? Okay, so did anybody comment on the like? Like, you guys can see each other's likes. Did I miss it? Nina, do you see anything in the chat about the likes on people's questions? Okay, let me go to another question. Okay. Okay, next. So I see G Dualibi. Man, I butchered your name. I apologize. This has a couple likes. So who voted on this? This is what I like. Okay. Yes, you can see the likes. That's crazy. I like it. This is new. We're crowdsourcing our questions. Okay. How to overcome imposter syndrome in the middle of a launch. I'm doubting myself even though I believe in what I'm doing. Perfect. It's very easy to believe in the mission and what you're trying to accomplish. You know it's important. And also at the same time, very easy to feel like you're not the person to do it. Welcome to entrepreneurship. Like, if you're pushing and you're trying to build something brand new, you're trying to create something that hasn't been done before, there's going to be a ton of imposter syndrome out there. I think a couple keys to it. 1, you lean into it. Anytime you feel imposter syndrome, anytime you feel that anxiety, that self-doubt, chances are you're on the right path because you're trying to do something bold, courageous that's never been done before, right? If you had absolute certainty that you could do something, it means that you've already done it. You have absolute certainty that you can brush your teeth this morning. You have absolute certainty you can make your bed. You have absolute certainty you can drink a glass of water or tie your shoes, right? You know you can do those things, I hope. But just doing that is boring because you want to grow, because you want to progress, because you want to get better, because you want to improve, right? Just doing those things are boring. So when you have absolute certainty over your abilities, you hate your life. And that's most of America. That's most of the world. You wake up every day and photocopy the same day over and over and over and over and over again. Most people hate their lives. I'm looking out onto the highway here, the street in front of me, and most people are driving to a job that they hate. They wish they could be doing more. They have absolute certainty of their ability to do the thing, and therefore they hate their life. So that's good. It means you're on the right path. 2, share it. Your vulnerability is going to be your secret sauce. People don't want to learn from the perfect person. People want to learn from someone who's like them. So share your imposter syndrome. Share how you doubt yourself. Share how you're insecure about your launch and you're not sure if it's going to work or not. Share it. And then say, and I still have to get up and do it because I believe in what I'm doing so strongly that I have to do it. This purpose is calling me to step into the discomfort, to step into a bolder, more courageous version of myself because it has to get done because it's so important. Because if I don't do it, I'm going to regret this the rest of my life. I don't want to look back on September 2021 knowing that I could have given more, that I could have reached more people, that I could have had an impact, and I didn't because I was afraid, because I had imposter syndrome. Like, take us in. Teach us that. Tell me that you're nervous and that you're still showing up, because that's an inspiration to people. Because people will then look to you and say, holy cow, if she's going to do it, maybe I can too. You actually become the hope for people. So take people inside the journey. Take me a little bit behind the scenes. It'll open up a whole new world of impact, of self-love, and also of a lot more dollars for your launch. Wow, great advice. He's on fire. Appreciate you, man. This is fun. See, like I love you guys. Okay. What else we got? So many questions. Okay, what do we got here? Who's this? Vrushali. Oh man, we're running out of time. It's crazy. How do you not compare yourself with others and make best of your abilities? I'm just 20. Okay, so I'm going to give you a totally different opinion than what most people in my position usually give. Okay? Most people say don't compare yourself to others. I think it's actually great to compare yourself to others. I think most people just do it wrong. I think most people compare yourself to somebody else, and you use that as a tool to tell yourself that you suck. That you're not further ahead by now, that you're not good enough, that look at how good this person is and I can't do it and I'm not there yet, so I suck. And you use that as what I reference to as the kick down. You kick yourself down. You see what somebody else has done, and you kick yourself down. That's definitely not healthy. What I want to do is kick myself forward. What I encourage you to do is kick yourself forward. To look at somebody else and what they're doing, and use that as inspiration for what's possible. Because competition makes people better. When you're running a race and there's somebody next to you, you're going to run harder. Having an adversary, having somebody to compete with, makes you a better version of yourself. Looking at the classic Roger Bannister story of breaking the 4-minute mile and nobody thought it was possible, and then he did it, and then what happens? Tons of people have done it ever since because Roger did it. Why? Because people saw that it was possible. When you don't know that it's possible, you stay small. When you feel that it is, when you see somebody else having done it, when there's a little bit of a trail in front of you, it gives you more hope, more inspiration. I think you need a kick. Like, I think we need a kick to get out of the life that we're in right now. Because your life is probably good, right? When your life is good, you're good. Like, you want growth, you want to learn, you want to get better. But it's good. You don't hate your life. You have food, you have internet, you can join here on this live stream. You know, it's good. It's good. You need the kick. Who's kicking you forward in a loving way, not downward? We can get lots of people to tell us that we suck and you're good for nothing and your idea is never going to work. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a loving kick forward. And so when you see somebody else doing it, you know, when I share my posts on Instagram talking about my YouTube journey, I don't know if you've ever seen my every month I'll do a post sharing where I'm at on Instagram, on YouTube, of how many subscribers I had and how it took like 5 years to get to 7,000 subscribers or something, and then just kept going and kept going. If you've seen those posts, people love those, and so I keep posting it. I want people to compare themselves because I want you to see the journey. I want you to know that it's possible if you just keep going. Having role models, having heroes to look up to are key, as long as you're looking up to them, not in a like, oh my God, this person's a God, they're so amazing, they can do everything and I suck. That's the kick down. But that's what's possible. That if I keep working, if I keep going, I can create something similar for my life as well. And without that inspiration, without that person to look to, you're very likely to stay stuck and stay small. One last quick story, because I know we got to go. But I don't know if you guys know Lieutenant Uhura, who was on Star Trek. So Lieutenant Uhura was a black actress, and she was third in command of the Starship Enterprise. Enterprise? Third in command of the Starship. Okay. It was Captain Kirk, then it was Spock, and then it was Lieutenant Uhura. And she wanted to quit the show after the first year to go back to Broadway because she wanted to do Broadway instead of staying on TV. And Martin Luther King came to visit her. This is a true story. Martin Luther King came to visit her. He heard that she wanted to quit. She said, "I'd rather be out there on the streets with you protesting than on this TV thing." And he said, "You can't quit. You can't quit now. You have to, because you staying here, people seeing a black woman, first of all, that you're black, and second of all, that you're a woman, in any position of power." Because on TV at that time, think back now, TV at that time, if you were a black woman on TV, you were a maid, you were a secretary, you were, some super low level position, right? So here she is, third in command of this futuristic, spaceship. And she went to quit, and Martin Luther King told her, "You have to stay. You have to stay. You have to stay. You have to stay." And so she did. She stayed. She stayed for the whole series, because she wanted to be hope and inspiration, because she wanted people to, yes, compare yourself to her and say, "This is what's possible." Because before her being on TV, others would look up and say, "Well, there's no role model, so I guess it's not possible." And my favorite point of that is Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know if you know Whoopi Goldberg, famous actress. She remembers being young and watching Lieutenant Uhura on TV. And she went and got her mom and said, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, there's a black woman on TV and she ain't no maid." And that inspired her to want to go and be an actress. What would Whoopi's life have been like? And what would millions of people's lives look like if Uhura decided to go back to Broadway instead of staying on the show? So I think comparison is fantastic. I've got these people on my wall. I've got Steve Jobs and A.P. Giannini and my parents and Howard Schultz and Kanye on the wall because they inspire me to try to be better. Not because I look at what Kanye's done and said, "I'll never do that," to say that that's what's possible. Comparison will get you out of the rut that you're in right now. Comparison will get you unstuck. Just make sure you're kicking yourself forward instead of kicking yourself down. Guys, I gotta run. I love you. Thank you for the energy. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for holding the space. We'll be back. I don't know. I think actually Monday. Tomorrow I'm doing my readers group, and then Friday is my CEO. So back on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. If you want to join tonight, we're doing... Oh, no, there's no live stream tonight. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern, live stream. I'm playing Minecraft, taking your business questions, personal questions, life questions, whatever you want. Happy to help. EvanCarmichael.live if you want to join. Otherwise, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. Listen, if you took anything from this, besides just seeing some guy in front of a camera rant and rage and get excited and whatever, if there's energy from this, right? Like we just created some energy together. We manifested energy together. It happened. Take this energy and pour it into something so that it continues to live on. Take this energy and use it as permission to go do the thing that you're afraid to do. Use it as permission to say yes, to take that first step, to make that first video, to release that first song, to write that first page of your book. Like, take the energy here. You're here, you're watching for a reason. Take the energy you got from this and do something with it. So you're not just motivated, but you've transitioned it into actual momentum. Because for most of us, the only thing that's missing is momentum. You've got the heart, you've got the talent, you've got the abilities, you've got the purpose driven, you want to have an impact, you want to serve. For most of you, the only thing missing is momentum. So use this energy today. Not just for me, from all the hearts, all the comments. Use the collective energy here that we've all generated and pour it into momentum for your next big project. Continue to believe, guys. I'll see you soon. Much love.